Picture this. You're 16 years old, stepping off your school bus on a normal Monday afternoon. You call your mom to let her know you're going to swing by work to pick up your paycheck. It's literally a quarter-mile walk from where the bus dropped you off. What could go wrong, right? Well, for Allie Lowitzer, everything changed. Because that phone call to her mom, it was the last time anyone would ever hear from her. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a case that's been haunting me for weeks now. The disappearance of Alexandria Ali Lowitzer. This isn't just another missing person case. This is about a talented artistic teenager who vanished without explanation and in broad daylight. And honestly, the more I've researched this, the more questions I have. Before we get started, I want you to really think about this. How does someone just disappear during a short walk in their own neighborhood? And why, after 15 years, do we still have absolutely no answers? Let me paint you a picture of who Ali was. She's described as a natural artist, a talented singer, and a great friend. Ali was involved in Girl Scouts and softball and enjoyed crafting with her mom. This wasn't some troubled teen looking to run away. Ali had just gotten her first job at a local burger place called Burger Barn, and she was excited about it. Now, Spring, Texas isn't exactly what you'd call a dangerous area. It's your typical suburban community where kids walk to and from school, where parents feel comfortable letting their teenagers have jobs within walking distance. The kind of place where something like this just doesn't happen. But here's what gets me. Ali wasn't wandering around aimlessly. She had a specific purpose, picking up her paycheck. She was responsible, she communicated with her parents, and she was literally doing something completely normal and expected. April 26, 2010. Ali stepped off her school bus in Spring, Texas, and has not been seen or heard from since that day. Let me walk you through what we know happened that afternoon. It was around 3 p.m. when Ali got off the bus. She called her mother to say she would go to her workplace to pick up a check. Now this is where it gets really unsettling. Her workplace confirmed she hadn't come by. Think about that for a second. Ali told her mom exactly where she was going. It was a quarter-mile walk. She never made it there. And here's the chilling part. Her cell phone, which she carried with her, went silent shortly after she got off the bus that day. Dude, what happened in those few minutes between getting off the bus and nothing? That's the big question that's been driving investigators and Ali's family crazy for over a decade. Now here's where I start having some serious issues with how this case was initially handled. Police first thought she was a runaway, but her parents said that wasn't true. Can I just say how frustrating this is? Here you have a responsible teenager who calls her mom to check in, who has a job, who's involved in activities. And the first assumption is that she just took off? This kind of thinking can seriously damage the crucial first 48 hours of an investigation. Ali's parents knew their daughter. They knew this wasn't like her. The investigators operated under the assumption that she'd just left on her own. And honestly, I think this happens way too often with teenage disappearances, especially involving young women. The reality is, someone doesn't just vanish during a quarter-mile walk in daylight without something very wrong happening. Here's what's really haunting about Ali's case. It's what wasn't found. She was carrying a blue LG slide phone and a multicolored checkered backpack, neither of which have been found. All her other possessions were left behind. This tells us something important. If Ali had run away, wouldn't she have taken some belongings? Wouldn't there be some digital footprint, some activity on her phone or social media? But there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's like she stepped off that bus and disappeared into thin air, and that's not normal. That's not how things usually happen, even when someone is trying to leave on purpose. The lack of any trace evidence, any witnesses, any digital activity, it all points to something much more troubling than a typical runaway situation. Now, this is where the case takes a really dark turn. A private investigator believes Lowitzer may have been taken by someone intending to exploit her. And honestly, when you look at the circumstances, it starts to make a horrible kind of sense. Young woman walking alone disappears without a trace. These are unfortunately common elements in certain types of abduction cases. The complete lack of any evidence or activity after her disappearance could indicate that she was taken by someone who knew exactly how to cover their tracks. The investigation stalled for 2 years until a tip came in suggesting Ali could have been forced into an exploitative situation. Authorities raided a suspected illegal operation, but Ali wasn't found there. This raises so many questions for me. Was that tip credible? Are there other places that should have been searched? How many other tips like this have come in over the years? And where have they led? What really gets to me about this case is Allie's family, especially her mother. Her family is still trying to solve the mystery. Can you imagine living with that kind of uncertainty for 15 years? Allie Lowitzer's mother pushes for Day daughter had disappeared to become Texas Missing Persons Day. She's not just sitting around waiting for answers, she's actively trying to bring attention to cases like her daughter's. And here's something that really struck me. Unlike some recent cases where her remains were found within weeks, Allie is still missing 11 years later. Why do some cases get massive media attention while others fade into the background? Is it because Allie's case doesn't have the elements that grab headlines? I think about Allie's mom watching other families get closure while she's still searching for answers, and it just breaks my heart. So where does this leave us? Despite relentless efforts, there have been no significant leads in her case. An age-progressed photo was released showing what she might look like at age 30. Allie would be 30 years old now if she's still alive. But here's what I keep coming back to. Someone, somewhere, knows something. You don't just take someone off the street without being seen, without leaving some kind of trace. And maybe someone saw a car that seemed out of place that day. Maybe someone heard something. Maybe someone has been carrying a secret for 15 years and it's weighing on them. The thing about cases like this is that they're only cold until they're not. All it takes is one person deciding to speak up, one piece of evidence being re-examined, one tip that leads somewhere new. And if this case has affected you like it has me, please share this video. Allie's story deserves to be heard, and her family deserves answers. Let me know in the comments what you think happened to Ali. What other angles should investigators be looking at? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.